Hey everybody, good morning slash afternoon, depending on what time zone you're in. Um, Annie and Sonara had kind of asked me to come on here and just kind of talk about my recruiting and how I was able to recruit 11 people last month in the 10 days for the Sweet Challenge. So, I guess a little background on me. I joined Wild Tree in August. I think it was like August 2nd or 3rd that I signed up. And um, this wasn't my first company. Like, I have been with direct sales for, it's like 10 years, going on 11 now. And I had been with 4 other companies before joining Wild Tree. So those 4 other companies kind of gave me some experience, but they just never felt like the right fit. And so when I made the conscious decision I guess it would have been in July, that I was going to change companies and I was going to find a new company, I told my husband, I said, this is going to be the last company that I join. Like, it's this one or bust. Like, I'm not doing any more companies. Like, I've messed it around too much, and I need to find something that is just the right company and the right fit. So rather than just jumping into something, I'm going to do my research. So I set out like into July to find the perfect company. And I looked at pretty much every company I could find. I went on the Direct Sales Association website and like scrolled through their list of companies. And I was really specific about what I needed. I needed something that my family would use every day. And I mean, there's not a day that we don't have Wild Tree on our table. Whether it's the wellness shakes that my kids drink every morning, or a skillet meal that we eat for supper, or I'm throwing rancher rub on almost everything because it's like our family favorite. Or it's one of the kits that, I'm pulling something out of the freezer for later. So it had to be something we'd use every day. It had to be consumable, so that I had that residual income, and it had to have a great compensation plan, because I needed to be able to make money to help offset my husband's income so that he could leave the dead-end job that he's in right now. So I looked at 22 different compensation plans before landing with Wild Tree. And I had heard about Wild Tree a couple years prior at a craft fair, but it was never something I had looked into. At the time I was with a different company. I was doing my own thing. I thought it was a good idea, but it was never something that really appealed to me. So I decided that I wanted to look into that one when it crossed my list. And I emailed Field Sales Services, and they sent me over a compensation plan, and I was just in awe. Like, our compensation plan is phenomenal, and I had never seen one like ours. So the fact that it was a consumable product, everything was organic, so I felt like that would be a good fit for our family, and the compensation plan was great. So I reached out to Annie, and I ended up signing up with her, and like I said, that was in August. So fast forward to the end of April, and I'm recruiting my butt off because of this incentive trip that I've already earned, and I really wanted that suite upgrade. So I reached out to Annie when they announced it, and I said, Annie, I'm going to be in a suite when we get to Columbia. And she said, okay. And I said, I think I'm going to do 5. That's my goal. 5 recruits. That should get it, right? Because I had kind of looked at last month and seen what the top recruiter was for March. And I was like, 5. 5 will do it. I'll get in there, and I'll have 5. And so the first weekend rolled through, and I was sitting pretty good. And then all of a sudden, Janelle started like recruiting her butt off too. And I'm like, holy crap. So I started being very, very intentional with my reach outs. So on a daily basis, when I do reach outs, I reach out to 40 people a day. Now that 40 people includes new reach outs, follow-ups, and I have it set where I do 5 team reach outs every day. So it's about 35 people, not counting my team, that I'm reaching out to every day. And it really doesn't take me that long. I kind of just have a message that I send out, like a copy and paste message, and I just send that out to whoever my TeamZ populates, because I use TeamZ. And it was kind of a mistake that it was supposed to be 40. Like, I set it up, I wanted to do 25, but I input my numbers wrong, and when TeamZ started populating 40, I was just like, whatever, we're just gonna do it. Like, sure, why not? So most days the 40 people are, let's see, I think it's set to 25 new reach outs, 10 follow-ups, and 5 team. So anyway, so when I was pushing for that incentive, I started being very, very intentional. I made sure that the people I was reaching out to were people that were fence setters that had expressed interest in the business opportunity to me, but I hadn't got them off the fence yet. And I just started reaching out to every single one of them and made sure that that with my verbiage that I was closing. Because I found that a lot of them, as I scrolled back through my messages with them, I had never actually used that closing verbiage that said, so would you be ready to, purchase your kit and start today? And so I went back to a lot of those people on the fence, and I started closing them. And I wouldn't have been able to do it without the... Hey, Corbin. Sorry. I wouldn't have been able to do it without my support team. Annie was there. She helped me through all of it. And I'm in the Director on the Rise program. And Jenny Duncan from my triad also helped me out a lot, because I had a couple people that were still just really on the fence that, like, last night, and I was down by a few recruits, and I just really needed a couple more recruits. And Jenny told me, she said, just tell them that this is not a major life decision. A major life decision is, getting married, buying a house, that kind of thing. And this is not a major life decision, and you'll never know unless you try. And so using that verbiage with those last 2 people really, really got them off the fence. And like I said, I wouldn't have been able to do it without my support people. So the other thing that helped me out in that time frame was that your hosts can sign up with their host rewards. That got me 2 people in that short period of time, because I had 2 hosts that were about to close their party, and they both used host rewards to sign up instead. And it's just been super phenomenal working with them this last couple weeks. I've never recruited 11 people in 1 month, let alone in 10 days. So, just being intentional and making sure that I was not just doing my reach outs to do my reach outs, and that I was putting in the work, and it makes a huge difference. Here I am, middle of May, and I am bringing in about $2,000 a month consistently, which has led to my husband is actually putting in his he's putting in his 2 weeks notice here shortly, and he's going to be leaving the job he's been with for the last 5 years. And I know for him that's really scary, but I've shown him that this business and this company can be life-changing. we are able to, I am able to bring in a consistent $2,000 a month, which is allowing him to leave the job that is essentially killing him and bring him home so he's not driving 140 miles a day round trip and working 10 hours days, 7 days a week. I'm not saying that he's not going to have to work, but the fact that he has the option to come back home and find something closer to home that maybe pays a little bit less is amazing. And it's all because of this opportunity. You know, if it wasn't for Wild Tree, we would not be able to do that. And not only is that going to be awesome for him, but my 3 children are going to get to spend more time with their dad, and they're not going to have to worry about him being gone all the time, and I'm not going to have to be worrying about him being on the road, 140 miles a day, and it's just, this company has changed our life. And I couldn't have done it without my support team and without putting in the work. It's all about consistency, guys. Every day you have to have time set up for Wild Tree. Every day you have to put in the work to see the results. If you would have asked me back in August when I joined Wild Tree if I would have, where I thought I was going to be sitting today, I definitely would not have said, with the number of recruits that I have, building the team that I have, because it's just been so phenomenal over the last 9 months, the things that I've achieved. And it really does come down to the support this company offers, the training that they offer. And guys, if you put in the work, it's going to be there. So anyway, if you guys have any questions or whatever, just let me know. I'd love to chat with any of you. But like I said, it's all about consistency and making sure you're being intentional with your time. Don't just reach out to 40 people because I said I reach out to 40 people. Make sure that those 40 people, or however many people you can fit into your day, are, intentional reach outs, and you're not just copying, pasting because that's what you think you need to do. You have to be intentional with your time. You have to make sure that you're using your time on income producing activity. Anyway, thanks guys for watching, and I hope this helped somebody, or more than one somebody, I guess. But anyway, talk to you later, guys.